Danny's World's biggest update just came out with the most content we've ever seen. And we're already getting more? I'm not kidding. Not only going to show you the new stuff we're getting, I'm going to be covering everything else you might have missed after such a big update. Let's dive in. Starting off hot, there are a lot of people that have problems with this poster, or rather they think it leads on more than what meets the eye. As you can see, to me it's just an innocent photo. Cooking chaos starring Cosmo and Sprout. To me it's just a cooking show with two bros. I don't think anything of it except that, you know, obviously they suck at cooking, that, you know. However, it's Evie says they were messing around with the posters and their art program and noticed this. But what about this could you possibly notice? To me, I'm the Daniel freaking nerd. I didn't notice anything. So I tried messing with the posters to see if turning the saturation or sharpness up or messing with the images in other ways would show any secrets below the surface. Crazy thinking, by the way. Holy freaking smokes. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any secrets, nor would I really have expected you to. That weren't just potential defects from altering the photos. But I did notice something about the cooking poster here. No, like actually what? I don't know what you could have picked up. Notice that the fire pan here has a sort of crescent shape similar to the crescent moon Astro is based on. You see it, right? Okay, so they're telling me to look inside of the pan and how, yeah, I do. Okay, and then Hopeless put a picture of Astro on the screen. Okay, yeah, you got a point. But, like, that easily could just be the shadow of the fire. You know what I mean? Like, it's going up the stream here. I think you're looking too much into it. Perhaps this is a metaphor for Astro being cooked, which in modern slang terms and translates to being in a bad no-win situation. In other words, doomed. Am I overthinking this? I'm gonna go on a crazy limb and say, yes. However, that's not the only thing that people notice in this poster for some reason. Though what I find interesting is how the poster says, starring Cosmo and Sprout. However, Sprout is nowhere to be seen in the poster, just Cosmo. That's actually so true. Why? What? Whoa. Usually posters advertising episodes featuring two characters in major roles, starring the X and Y format, would have both of these mentioned characters in view, but we don't get it here. Maybe they couldn't fit him in, or they decided not to put him in. I don't know, but I find it weird personally. I do too. Cosmo isn't wearing pants. What do you? Yes, he is. And apparently this was such a big point. There's another post on Reddit that blew up, circling his leggings and just saying they're leggings. What do you guys think it is? Why did someone send this screenshot? What? I think the whole moon thing and the fire thing is definitely a stretch. However, Sprout not being in this poster is actually a valid thought to have. I wonder why he's not. That is very weird. Dr. Swordsmith said, so there's now gossip in the game. New lore tidbits. What new theories, speculations have you made based on that? And boy, do I have a lot. But let me see what other people think. I find it funny when Dandy gossips, it's mostly, I saw Blank doing that. We should all love Blank. With an exception of V. And when Dyle gossip, he legit says, bro, why is Shrimpson even here? This is true. This is true. I've seen Dyle gossip about us being invited to the book club. Whoa, I still wonder if the gossips are directed to the toon we choose to play as, or us, the Roblox avatar. Maybe even real us. If the second option's real, it'd be very awesome because I would finally be able to lore dump all about my wings of fire. Regardless, I won't dig too much deeper in this right now, all right? The one thing I did want to talk about, though, was the new that's coming to Danny's World. Not just one, but multiple. Or rather, this lore peek we got of the Halloween update. In case you missed it, this is Dyle referring to Toodles, how they feel bad for Toodles, and how she doesn't have friends her age, but they count the kid that always plays around Halloween, though they wouldn't count such. So, obviously, there's a little kid that's going to be coming to Danny's World in Halloween. So, here's our theory. And boy, I don't miss a lot. Blue Buoy seriously doesn't miss very often. You know, I think it's possible for the next update for Danny's World to be the Halloween update, because Danny's World usually updates 1 to 2 months. And I agree. I'm also relatively convinced at least the next big update to Danny's World is going to be the Halloween update. And that same toon we were just talking about, Blue thinks the Halloween toons might be a common toon who is a pumpkin, which is a crazy guess. And they can almost guarantee that the main is going to be Candy Corn, because all the event mains are famous, but not the most popular. And candy as a currency fits a lot too. That's crazy. That's a crazy prediction. Uncommon might be a relative, of Connie's because all the event tunes we had seem to be related to an existing tune. This is true. Coal and Pebble, Flight, and Flutter. So considering those are only main events, yeah, it seems like you're right. There might be a bat because there's rares are usually animals. Coco and Coal. Yeah, I mean, so Coal is the rare, but Ginger's also related Cosmo. So far, everything adds up. But this is just based on the patterns that QWEL has had for the past updates. So crazy stretch. But it could be true. And we like to theorize around here. So why not? Last thing I wanted to bring up before showing you the new stuff that's going to get added. Zetsi Close says, is Danny's World really dying? And this was posted, wait for it, 5 days ago, right before Danny's World's biggest update. And when they sent this, Danny's World had 66,000 active players. Right now, Danny's World has 108,000, which is a perfectly healthy number, but definitely still a little bit higher because of the recent update. And they said, it's an honest question. I remember much more people playing Danny's World, which is true. It used to average more. However, let's see what people think. 66K is huge. People were overreacting. All the Roblox game I played before this would only have 5K on a lucky day. I mean, Danish World at the end of the day, too, has always just been consistently in the top 15 Roblox played games. And it's the biggest asymmetrical mascot horror game that's currently out in Roblox. So, to me, no, it's not dead. And it won't be dead, in my opinion, for the foreseeable future. Whew! All right, that was enough of that jazz. So, it's now time to talk to you about the new things. The ones that the Danny's World creator talked about herself. And these new things aren't actually in-game. It's in real life. In QWEL's most recent art stream, she decided to drop this.
I have no idea about anything when it comes to the actual series or characters, so I wanted to make sure I was working with somebody who actually took the time to learn about the characters and stuff. So I'm very happy to show you guys some of the stuff and to tell you that I am partnering with Culturefly.
Oh, crap. I was wrong. All right, I gotta donate to charity.
I don't know if any of you have heard of Culturefly, but say hello to what we've been working on.
And there it is, in the flesh. Boom! We have some official Dandy's World merch that's coming out. It is a Dandy plushie. And we didn't just get Dandy. There's some official Dandy's World hoodies that are coming out. We got a freaking t-shirt and another t-shirt, which will eventually be available for sale. If you go over to dandysworld.gg, you can find the new site where all of the new merch and merchandise will be listed for your leisure. Whew! With that being said, I think I've covered just about everything new that I could possibly talk about after the biggest Danny's World update that we've ever seen. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I really hope you guys have enjoyed the most recent videos I made on my channel. I've been trying really hard for you guys. So either way, without further ado, I love you guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you guys again later.